They put the kid to a step up. They put him to a test. He stepped up and he passed with flying colors. Chris Little B Hop, aka Primetime Colbert, versus Miguel Beltran, a former guy who's challenged for world titles a couple times. I remember when he fought guys like Rocky Martinez some years ago. Rocky Martinez won a title. I believe it was a vacant title. A guy who fought the man Gamboa sometime last year, I believe. Well, he stepped up tonight, Chris Colbert, and he stepped up and fought this rough, tough, rugged Mexican, and he passed with flying colors. Knocks him out cold, smooth the fuck out in the first round, you know what I mean? Catches him with the right hand, throws a jab, catches him with the right hand behind the ear, like around, right around the ear. And the guy goes down face flat on the canvas, and like Freddie Pacheco, the fight doctor, says, when they usually, when they go down on their face first, they usually don't get back up. And that's what exactly what happened, man. Chris Colbert, 14 and 0, 4 KOs. Or he was 13 and 0 with 4 KOs coming into this fight. Or excuse me, I think 14 and 0 with 4 KOs coming into this fight. Not really know much for a puncher, a guy who tries to emulate and himself behind Pernell Whitaker. But tonight, he showed the power of a heavyweight tonight. Knocks a guy, Miguel, and it's a tough, rugged Mexican. Mexican fellas don't get knocked out like that. You know what I'm saying? The Mexican chin is not a myth. But Chris Colbert didn't get the memo, man, and he knocked this guy cold the fuck out, man. Smooth the fuck out. Smooth. Lights out, you know what I mean? And it was a thing of beauty, you know what I mean? Good for Chris Colbert. Didn't go overtime, did it in one round. What's next for him? I don't know what he's competing at, if it's 130 or 135, because they both weighed in at 132 pounds for this fight. That's basically lightweight in the amateur ranks. But in the pros, I don't know. Is he a tweener? Is he an in-betweener? I'm not sure, man. But if he's fighting at 135, they need to progress this kid well, because there's plenty of fights out there for him, you know what I mean? There's a Ryan Garcia's, Devin Haney's. Yes, I know these guys are on different promotional networks, but at the end of the day, these are the type of caliber of young guys in his division, Teofimo Lopez. You know what I'm saying? So the future's bright for the 135-pound division. Hopefully we can see Chris Colbert in the mix sooner than later. What's up, P Money? What's good with you, dogs? P Money in the chat says that KO is vicious. What's the deal, my G? All is well, man. Just enjoying these PBC fights. Not no major marquee names, like I said in my previous video, but overall, it's not about the names. I want to see what kind of action is in between the squared circle. And so far, so good. Hop, what's up, Hop? How you doing, Hop? Hop's in the chat. How you feeling, man? He says, thanks for your recaps, B. Marsh. Which has been the best fight tonight? The best fight to me was Terrell Williams and Delorme. You know what I mean? That was definitely the best fight tonight. Chris Colbert knocked his opponent out, Little B Hop, or Primetime as he calls himself tonight, because he came in with a kind of jersey and bandana in honor of none other than the one and only Dion Primetime Sanders. You know what I mean? So he paid homage to him. I don't know if he's going to be riding with this new moniker of Primetime for the rest of his career, or if he's still Lil B Hop. You know what I mean? But I definitely give it to the Delorme fight with Terrell Williams. Hop says, what up to P Money? P Money's in the chat, says, Hop, what's going on, bro? To me, the best fight was Terrell Williams versus Thomas Delorme. That was a slugfest. I agree 100%. Hop says at P Money, that's what I was thinking myself. Did That's what I was thinking. Didn't see it myself. Yeah, it was a good fight, man. Um, P Money says this has been a great card tonight. It has been. It has. You know what I mean? On FS1, they showing guys the super middleweight division. They showing guys like Caleb Plant right now, um, Peter Quillen, Caleb Truex, Darrell Benavidez, and they even showed the British guy, Eubanks Jr. Hopefully he can come over. I made a video not too long ago, maybe last month, about why hasn't um, Eubank Jr., Chris Eubank Jr., why doesn't he challenge? Actually, him and Billy Joe Saunders. Why have they never fought American fighters? Why haven't they challenged American middleweights or super middleweights? You know, they've been playing it safe over there in Europe, fighting European caliber of middleweights and super middleweights. But how comes they never fought any American super middleweights or middleweights? Is it strategic or is it a coincidence? That's what I want to know. Hopefully, we can see both of these guys in the United States facing top caliber super middleweights and middleweights over here in the States. Hop says, B Marsh, do you think Lil B Hop is a fitting nickname? Does it fit his style in your opinion? Well, he's a slick, flashy fighter, a cute fighter. You know what I mean? B Hop was more of technical fighter, not really flashy. By no means flashy, actually, at all. A guy who is crafty, a guy who gets the W by any means necessary, from the inside or the outside, can beat you both ways. I still got to see more from Little B Hop, aka Chris Colbert, um, to really know if he I can really compare him to B Hop. You know what I mean? Um, I don't think I'd even compare him yet to Pernell Whitaker. It's just we got to see him in some world class fights for him to get them kind of monikers. But for tonight, he did step up and he beat a quality opponent. You know what I mean? But as far as B Hop, I would more lean towards a guys like maybe a Pernell Whitaker. You know, I don't know too much about his defense, but just as far as being a lightweight and being a flashy guy, you know what I mean? P Money says Callum Smith, they all spoke on him. I hope these UK guys come over just like the Gale did. That's why I respect the Gale. Facts, 100% P Money. That's why I was riding with the Gale till the wheels fell off. You know what I mean? I respected his run, being a guy coming to the PBC and making a good run, fighting guys in Canada, going to Canada, beating Lucian Bute, coming to Boston, winning that world title versus the Matrix, Anthony Durrell. Um, or Andre Durrell, excuse me. Um, he had a good run and the unification with Badu Jack. He wasn't faking the funk, you know what I mean? He ain't, Eubank definitely retired him, sure. Now it's time for Eubank to do what this guy did. Even Carl Froch came to USA and failed, you know what I mean? He came over here and failed when he fought guys like, um, he did have the victory though over what's that guy's name? Jermaine Taylor, you know what I mean? But he failed against Andre Ward, you know what I'm saying? And he got his big fights over there in Europe, in London. But I just think that even Callum Smith, man, fuck yeah, if Callum Smith come over here and fight David Benavidez and the likes of Caleb Plant, I'd really like, that division is interesting because there's major players, like basically the belts are split up between USA and the UK. WBA is Callum Smith, and he also has a Ring Magazine belt. The WBO is Billy Joe Saunders. In the United States, we got Caleb Plant with the IBF, and the WBC. That's going to be David Benavidez next weekend. Believe you me. At this time next weekend, next Saturday, David Benavidez will have put the Doug Durrell. He'll have put him out to pasture. You know what I mean? That's just how I see it. That's just what I see happening. The Dog Durrell is just happy that he can call himself a two-time world champion. You know what I mean? He definitely exceeded expectations, even surpassed his brother. And his brother, Anthony, Andre Durrell, was way talented than the Dog Durrell. But he'll be put out to pasture next weekend, and then we'll have David Benavidez. I'd like to see a mini tournament, man. Fucking put all four belts up, man. Do your own little World Boxing Super Series. WBO, put all them belts, UK versus USA. Let's see who comes out undisputed. I'd love to see that. Hop says James DeGale and Andre Durrell are two of the best examples of fighters with uncommon abilities who never quite reached their potential, in my opinion. James DeGale, man, I'll say he reached his potential. No question. You know, he's the first British dude to ever win a gold medal and become a world champion. He did that before Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua, I believe, is the second ever to do that. You know what I mean? So that alone right there is an accomplishment that could never be taken away from James DeGale. Now, is James DeGale going to the Hall of Fame? I highly doubt it. You know, but James DeGale's run as far as on the PBC when he came and challenged the best of the best over here on the Western Hemisphere, as far as USA and Canada in his division, and even had a unification. Great fight with Badu Jack. Unfortunately, it was a draw for both of them. I'll say he reached his potential. Compare this guy to the other guy from England called Anthony Ogogo, who was a gold medalist. Look at this guy's career. That guy never won shit. The guy retired early. I forgot whether it was a kind of injury, but you can't compare Anthony Ogogo to James DeGale. I'm not saying you are, Hop. I'm just saying as far as a gold medalist, being the first gold medalist to become a world champion in boxing, and maintained that title for some years. You know what I mean? So, and he's actually a two-time world champion at super middleweight because he got his belt back in a rematch versus Caleb Truex in a close fight still, you know. But I see where what you're saying, and I'm not really disagreeing with you, Hop. I just do think personally James DeGale, um, he reached his potential and actually retired as a young man. You know what I mean? You know, after that beating he took from Chris Eubank, if he can't beat the likes of Chris Eubank, who's never won a title and never really beaten nobody besides an older Arthur Abraham, then he called it quits at the perfect time. And we gotta commend boxers who go out like that. You know, Andre Ward and Tim Bradley, I was kind of upset when they retired because it's not like they're taking beatings at the end of their career for them to retire. But if the signs are showing that yeah you get beat up by Caleb Truex and Chris Eubank, then get up out the game. So I'm about to watch this fight right now between Peter Kid Chocolate and the dog El Perro. Um, Angulo, Alfred Angulo, and I believe Kid Chocolate will win this fight. I don't know if he'll win it by knockout. The dog El Perro, Angulo definitely got a chin, you know what I mean? But Peter Quillen can crack, and definitely these two guys are fighting at 168. Peter Quillen, of course, came up. He's 2-0 since moving up to super middleweight. El Perro is a guy who competed at 154 for many of years. And we shall see. B Marsh Boxing, big ups to Hop, big ups to Pete Money, big ups to everybody in the chat listening. If you're new to the channel, please share and subscribe, and I'm out of here. Peace.